Okay, here we go again. Now I can see the viewers. Like, this is so weird. Before I couldn't see anything. So I hope you guys come back in, chime back in. And it's weird because I went back in and I saw like all them comments. Because I went back, I tried to go back to the old broadcast. I saw all y'all comments and I was like, oh my God, I was not here by myself. Okay, cool. So now that I know y'all coming, I'm gonna kind of just go jump in and kind of get started. Because people gonna catch the replay like, what is she talking about? I don't know. But anyway, okay, cool. I see a person came in, so that means I can see that you guys are here. I kind of got through my wait a minute. I kind of got through my intro. Okay, here we go. There we go. Thank you, Cheryl. I was getting a little nervous. I was like, what's going on over here? Okay. So guys, tonight, I really, like I said, real quick, I'm not going to go through the whole thing again because y'all clearly heard me, but I ain't see nothing y'all was saying. Now I feel better. I was like, where my people at? Come on, Keisha, let's go. See, that's what I'm saying. I need that energy to kind of keep me going. So I really want to talk about, like I said, getting in it, launching your business. Some of you guys are stagnant. I get it. But I think with the tips that I'm going to share with you guys tonight, it'll help you kind of visualize or envision. And then normally when you get excited about the thing and it kind of, it suppresses your fear, you're able to move. A lot of you guys say, you want to do this, you want to do that, but you don't put no action behind it. And I'm not saying that that's, wrong, but it's not a good thing. So it's like I show up every week because not only do I want to encourage you guys, I want to give you guys actionable steps or some kind of tips that you can get activated. And unless you do something to launch your business or take it to the next level or grow it or scale it or whatever the case may be, it ain't going to go nowhere. It ain't going to go anywhere. Oh, thank you, Betty. I couldn't remember. Betty, I've been in here working like a Hebrew slave child. You hear me? You saw me. I said, was that yesterday or was it today? I could not even remember because I've been doing it like all day. I was like, I don't know when I went live about it, but it's been nonstop ever since. But I'm excited about it because like I was able to clear three shelving units here is completely empty. So that is a good thing for me to receive my new shipment. But I have a couple boxes left. I just want to kind of get them out. So I just want to say thank you guys to those of you guys that jumped on it. And y'all was blessed. Y'all, I put everything up in there, okay? I put everything up in there that I could fit. Rhonda, marketing is your struggle. Girl, guess what? Marketing is, you all want to know why marketing is such a struggle? Because it's really not, once you understand it. It's really not. Marketing is such a struggle for people because it's such a diverse thing. It's like it's so many different components to marketing. So when people say I struggle with marketing, you don't struggle with marketing. You struggle with something very specific with marketing. I'm gonna tell you what I struggle with marketing. I struggle with social media marketing because that's just not my thing. I struggle with it because I don't like it, right? You gotta really feed the algorithm. And I'm not good at that. I already know that's one of my weaknesses. I am not the consistent queen. That ain't what I do. I pop up when I want to pop up. I go when I want to go. So social media marketing for me would not work. However, I'm a beast at email marketing. I'm a beast at guerrilla marketing. So it's like, I'm a beast at SMS marketing. So it's like, you got to determine you're not good. It's not that you're struggling with marketing. What is it in the marketing realm that you are uncomfortable with or that you don't like or that you just don't even feel like dealing with? I don't feel like dealing with social media, right? I don't. That's why I deal with, I lean on the tools and things that help me be consistent because I know that that's where I fall short. I already know I could have a great week like today and yesterday. Man, y'all ain't see me post no stories or nothing. I was too busy. I was too busy to even get a clip of what I was doing. And then I just, when I was packing up my last box just before I came here, I'm like, Precious, you know this is a really good reel, right? And I'm like, dang, I just missed it. I just packed up like 75 boxes and just totally missed all that content because I was in there, I was slinging. I'm trying to tell you, I was slinging. Hey, Candace, I finally found where the broadcast be. I usually watch from YouTube. Also, so Candace, so I'm normally on Tuesdays, I'm kind of everywhere. because that's like me wanting to touch all of my platforms. But normally when I go live, like I'm always on YouTube. But it just depends on if I'm exclusive to the member guys or just like a regular broadcast. So every Tuesday you'll be able to find me almost everywhere. I really don't do TikTok until I get my little new device in. And I don't do Instagram too much until I get my new device in that allow me to do it. But other than that, I'm always going to be on Facebook because that's where my community is. And I'm always going to be on YouTube because that's my home, right? Facebook is my home. YouTube is my vacation home. I built everything on Facebook, so that's my home. Hey, Mon Sherry, Carla. So guys, now I feel better because I was like, no, they didn't just leave me hanging. I was How many times a week? Teresa, you've been doing so good, girl. I'm so proud of you. How many times a week would you say is a good amount of times to post something on social media? So it really depends on what your goal is. Like, I would say create a goal before you get to just posting stuff. Your goal should be, it could be anything. It could be increase your following. It could be sell this amount of products or whatever you're trying to sell. It could be expand your reach. It could be so many different things. But until you actually have a goal, you don't know how many times you need to post content. But the way that the way the algorithm is working, it is really favorable for people that's consistent and post a lot. I don't got that kind of life. Even though I have a lot of time, my time is focused on other things that, for one, I enjoy. I do not enjoy sitting with a phone in my hand. I just don't. So you got to determine what your goal is. For me, telling you guys right now, my goal is brand awareness. Even though a lot of people, a lot of people in this industry know me, but I'm looking for global brand awareness. So in order for that to happen, it's funny because now, even though I'm popping over here in the US, but it's like 6 to 8% of my daily viewers are from another country, the same country. And I'm like, okay, I like it. So it's like, you really got to pay attention to the content you post. Like, what is it actually doing? The content, you guys see me posting a bunch of reels right now. That's it. You don't see me posting a bunch of posts, and I don't have time to do all that. But it's realistically like what the goal is. So if you're trying to sell something, like when I do my little crazy sale post, I know to go live. So I'll do that anytime and I normally do that on Saturdays, right? I do a crazy Saturday sale every weekend. So it's really about creating a strategy and then determining what your goals are. And it's funny because I actually have a training coming up on that. I'm sharing my email strategy. Like, I kills in the email. I'm trying to tell you. I don't know. And you would think people don't open their emails like that, baby. I kills in the EM in the emails. You know how they say it goes down in the DMs? Not mine. It goes down in them emails. So I have a training coming up for my email strategy, like how I set up my email strategy. And I also have a training coming up for my how I post my content, like how I'm like all over the place. And of course I'm using AI, but I'm telling you guys exactly like what I do so that I don't have to be the one doing it. So that training is, I think it's the first week in September. I can't remember, but I know like AI was a whole week. Then the business side of like strategy was a whole week. So if you're in the membership, no worry, because you got that training coming. I haven't seen you in a while. And I know you told me your name. Honestly, Spin King 3. I know you do graphics because you're supposed to been doing a shirt for me. Remember? I need a shirt. So I haven't seen you. So it is an issue with Facebook and StreamYard because I can't, and that could have been where the hiccup was, because when I first tried to go live the first time, it would not allow me to go live in my group. And so I had to like remove my group. And then when I removed my group and went live, I couldn't see anything. So I'm over this stuff, y'all, but I'm going to do it because it's the only way I can connect with y'all till I go back on tour. When I go back on tour, y'all got to come holler at me. Y'all got to come holler at me. I'm trying to tell you. That's what happened to me. I don't realize I missed a recording opportunity. You talked about that yesterday, Keisha. You surely did. And when you're busy, I get it. When you're busy, it can easily happen. But your girl is beat down. So I really wasn't focused on creating content today. My recording date is for tomorrow because I got that campaign next week with the Barbie campaign. Then I got the tutorial I got to record. So I was focused on, well, I know I'm recording them all. But I was like, you that whole opportunity. That was a lot because you was working, and that's what when I be telling you guys, that is the good behind the scenes stuff. That like I just went live yesterday, and I did not plan to be packing no mystery boxes today. I really didn't, because I normally only sell stuff like that on the weekend. But y'all was on the base, so I just kept on going. You got strike wise hot. I'm trying to tell you. Candace said I was late to the email yesterday, but when I got the text today for the extended sale, I ordered in like 3 minutes. I saw your message. So my premium kit comes tonight, and my mystery box and mini box comes tomorrow. Dang, okay. Can't wait on my first package for you. I can't wait. Wait a minute. So are you the Candace? Baby, there was a Candace that kept on ordering some stuff. I said, I don't know if you, but the last name ain't the same, so I don't know. But I kept seeing this Candace name come up. It kept coming up. I said, okay, I like Candace. I can see you on Facebook, but I don't think you can see the viewers. So I see the viewers. Candace is on Facebook. I do now. At first, I didn't see nobody. I knew it was you. I had 4 orders. I knew Butler. Don't tell nobody your name, girl. But yeah, I was like, this Candace is something else. So thank you, Candace. I appreciate you. I think you got one because you just had like your last order. I think it's one of the open boxes that I packed, but I didn't close it up. Candace, I'm gonna send you something special, girl. I said, okay. Hey, Bentel, it was something I said about you the other day. I answered one of your questions or something on my live. I can't remember. But I remember that name. I remember your name because you asked me a question for Mentor Mondays in our Facebook group. And I don't think you showed up live, but I answered your question. So if you can catch it on the replay, catch it because I answered your question. And I want you to give me some feedback in the comments. I got to get into this, y'all. I got to get into Portia, girl. You another one. I said, this Portia, y'all is shopping up something. Thank you so much for the freebies. The blueprint backdrop book gonna be everything. But I was like, they is shopping up something. I'm trying to tell you. So I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Y'all kept the girl busy today. Y'all really did, but I ain't complaining. I took my little weave out. I got down to the nitty gritty. I put, got my little elbow grease in. That's what you gotta do sometimes. That's what you gotta do. But I remembered, like I told myself this ain't what I wanted to do. But I am excited about our new shipment, guys. Our new shipment coming on Monday. And then I told you that all those panels, like that new fabric that's coming in is getting sewn. So now all of our fabric collection will be actually sewn panels. So you guys ain't got to worry about that. And we're just going to, hope that it works out because that's more convenient for you guys. I like it. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to get into it with you guys. Like I said, I'm going to talk to you guys tonight about launching your draping business. I know a lot of you guys, some of you guys are pivoting. Some of you guys are like on the fence. Some of you guys don't know what the heck to do. Some of you guys still feel lost. I get it. But at the end of the day, I don't really care where you at. I just want you to move. But I want you to move with certainty that you know that this is what you want to do. For one, you got to believe, right? First, you got to believe that this is not the only thing that can get you ultimately to where your lifestyle, what you want it to look like. But this is definitely a vehicle. This alone, right, is definitely a vehicle. You can have and generate 6 figures in a draping business. Like that could be all you do. And generating 6 figures can be the bare minimum. I'm trying to tell you. But it's like some other things I want you guys to think about. Like I said, when I first got in, I didn't have a clarity around it, right? I just thought it was a cute idea to be my own boss. I wanted to stop. I ain't wanted to sign in nobody else's timesheet and like, why am I doing that? I'm too dope for all this, right? So I was like, okay, this little business thing sounds cute. And, I was just sparked I just was enticed by something I saw. And I was like, I could easily do that. Like, what? Like, I could do that. And I got in. Long story short, I've shared my story so many times. I got in it totally the wrong way, totally with the wrong mindset, everything. And that kind of kept me at bay for the first 2 years while I was in business. Even though I grew, even though I still was able to leave my job, I was still able to do all the things. I was not one, I wasn't profitable, and two, I wasn't happy. I was frustrated, and it just was like I can't explain what I was feeling. I was so frustrated. I was considering going back to work. And I was, even at that point, I wasn't quite at six figures, but I clearly made more than I made at work. I was definitely in like maybe $60,000, $75,000 a year. And where at work, I was only making 32 or 38, can't really remember. But it was that frustrating where I was ready to go back to something that was safe. I was ready to go back to something that was, I was complacent. I was chill. I just come in here, I do my work, and boom, run me my coin, and I'm good. But I'm glad that, before I kind of just pulled the plug, I did like start reaching out to trying to do the right thing, even though I still wasn't in the right mindset. But I just was trying to take heed to what people were saying, like get a coach and do this and do that. And I was doing it, but I was kicking and screaming the whole time. I ain't gonna lie. I was kicking and screaming the whole time. But then I realized, honestly, it was me. I was mad at everybody else. I was just frustrated. Like, why am I being dealt this hand? I was like, why? And it was me. It was mentally where I was. It was just, I wasn't in the right mindset to understand what I needed to do as a person first, as a human first. Check all that, check everything else at the door. Until I did that, I was going to continuously fail, right? I was going to continuously have a little bit of traction, and then boom, I flatline. Get a little bit of traction, and then boom, I flatline. And when I started doing my personal development movement, which was, I was 38, and once I started, it's just been like on an upward. It was just been like going up ever since, right? So main thing is like the thing I want to share with you guys right now tonight is things that you can easily do. The only thing that you really need to do to get started and to really move is you need the desire. That's it. Because that's all I had. I had the desire. Now that got me moving. Now it was other things that happened that caused me to move more, or caused me to invest, or caused me to do everything else. But it all started with me moving. It all started with me betting on myself. And I've never done that. Never. I've never done that. I was going to say I can't remember. I ain't even going to try, because I've never done that. Up until 38, my entire life was dedicated to other people. Other people, for as long as I can remember. Way before I even had children, it was dedicated to other people. So I'm trying to tell you guys, you are Antoinette. Antoinette say she feel that way right now. Baby, I'm trying to tell you, it do not have to last. It do not have to last. It's a thing that you gotta, it's like an internal, y'all know Mel Robbins, my girl. It was something she said. I don't even remember when I was listening to it, y'all, but I know it was over the past like 2 days, because I was like heavy into my Audible book. But it was just her, that whole thing. She was like, she wants some new thing. She and her let them phase. And I was like, yeah. At the end of the day, I can only control me. You can't control other people. You can't control potential clients. You can't control none of that. But what you can control is yourself. And what you also can control is how you respond to crazy stuff, right? That's the only thing that I could control. And once I started understanding that, and really understanding the power that I had, and how me not doing anything really contributed to my failure, it was like I just was on my internal canvas, like, well, you did do this, and you did. I was taking all kinds of accountability that I'm a scapegoat, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I will skate if I can, because that's just who I am. But it was like, nah, like you really, you could have did this, or you could have did that, or it just was me looking at it in different ways. And then, not saying it happened overnight, baby, but it allowed me to start changing how I respond to people. It allowed me to start just really tuning to myself, which is why now you hear me talk about me being alone all the time. Because for one, I'm safe. Ain't nobody plucking my daggone nerves. It get boring. It get a little lonely sometimes. But baby, I'm so peaceful. Ooh, can y'all put peaceful in the comments if y'all give? Baby, I'm trying to tell you, it is so peaceful over here. And I'm not trying to change this. Like, I'm not trying, I'm cool. Me and my plants, just me and my plants. I'm cool. Let it just be me. Thank you. I was going to say, am I by myself? Baby is so peaceful. So at the end of the day, I like her, right? I like I love who I am today. I couldn't have said that all the time, but I love who I am today. I don't mind being with myself, right? Because we'll have a whole conversation. I was like, Precious, you really did that? And I was like, I know, girl. I know. We be having a whole conversation over here. I'm trying. And I'm so glad I am not by myself. Come put it up in the comments. Peaceful, Carla, peaceful, Beverly, peaceful. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, once you are able to establish that and quiet the noise, it's so easy to get distracted and not really tune into what you're supposed to be doing when everything else is chaotic around you. Like, you have to get selfish. You hear me talk about this all the time. You have to learn to put yourself first. Not saying they got to be like that forever, but you need to go through a selfish phase where it's all about you. You need to do whatever work that you need to do for you so you can be who you need to be for other people. Point blank, period. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, I would not have done you guys any justice a couple years ago. I'm trying to tell you, I slipped up the other day and said a cuss word. It would have been a whole lot more of them a couple years ago. I just was an angry person. And it's funny because I didn't think I was an angry person. I still was like bubbly, but inside I was hurt. I was mad. I was angry. And it just was funny when I was doing my work. So I was like, you really held on to that stuff for a very long time. And I know I'm not the only one, right? Because we human. And I'm a Gemini child. So yeah, we will hold a grudge. Like, I ain't forget. Remember back in 1968? I wasn't even born then. But I'm trying to tell you. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. I thank you, God, for working on me. Yes, Cheryl, be intentional. I think that is what happened to me. Got distracted. It happens though, right? But you got to be. My thing is, y'all don't think I get distracted? But it's funny because I get distracted. I distract my own daggone self, right? But I have like parameters put up. Y'all know the main thing I got is my big wall. I'm looking at this wall every day. That's my entire wall is my vision board. And I just have certain parameters put up, and I have such a support system that will kind of let me know that something in me is changing, right? I may not be in tune all the time because I'm actively in the thing. So if I'm distracted or I'm not like really operating how I normally would operate, I have certain indicators, like same way you got a business, KPIs, key performance indicators. If I'm doing exceptionally well, this happens, right? All this happened. If I'm kind of spiraling out of control, red light, hold on, alarm going off. I'm trying to tell you, wait a minute. To be selfish for a little while sounds so good. Trina, I'm trying to tell you, it is, for me, it's necessary because I knew when I was in my selfish moment, I was able to not only grow, I was able to learn so much of, guys, I learned so much about myself. I'm trying to tell you, I really thought for a while, I kind of thought I was a little crazy. Not crazy, but I thought I was a little special. For one, that's what people would say. But, I was just doing my assessment test. And I'm like, no, you was a freaking genius. At the end of the day, you was really brilliant. You was a genius. Like, that's why you got a big head. You was blessed with that big head and that big forehead for a reason. So it's just learning yourself to a different magnitude is, I'm trying to tell you guys, when we went to Tulum, and we probably ready to go back like next week, it was so, I can't explain what it was. Like those moments, guys, you got to take it for yourself. Even if you're in a freaking shower, guys, now I'm addicted to these clay baths. Like I just took one maybe 2 days ago. I be exhausted when I get out though. I be like, Dad, you just took my whole soul out my body. But like the next day and the next like few days, I feel like an awakening. I can't explain what it is, but whatever it is, point is, get in tune with yourself, learn yourself, right? I don't allow people now to say anything about me. Oh, you did. No, I know exactly what I did because I am in tune with who I am, how I respond, why I respond. I know exactly what, I know what's happening now. Whereas before, they could tell me all kinds of stuff. I'm like, dang, Precious, remember I told you guys, I said when I first came out, I was like, Now I would try and be all quiet and not really be, this loud, boisterous person, because that's who I am. Because I will, I thought out like, you a little too much. And I'm like, nah, not for the right people. No, I'm not. I'm just enough, baby. I am just enough. So I'm trying to tell you, just getting in tune with yourself, guys, is definitely going to be key throughout your entire journey. Not even just in your business, though, but even when you do it in your business, baby, people used to run me raggedy. And because I'm such a giving person, right? I don't know why that is, because that still is who I am. That's just a part of who I am. I just always want to leave an experience and the person is happy. I believe I'm supposed to enter people's lives and make it better. I don't care if they're a client. I don't care if they're a customer. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're on the bus stop. When I walk past, you're supposed to instantly be happy. Smile. You on candy camera? So I don't know. It's just like I'm not necessarily a people pleaser, because I know if I'm right and I'm holding, I ain't gonna let that go. But it's just, I just feel compelled to, I don't know, improve someone's situation or mood. It could be something as simple as a mood. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but I had my hands into too many I want to's and needed to niche down and do what I love. Yeah. So I think we talked about niche down like last week. And I think that was in the membership though. So niching down is like, that's liquid gold. That was one thing I did exceptionally well. I can't lie. I was dabbling in everything, guys. I did the balloon classes when I wasn't even that great compared to what these ladies are doing. Girl, compared to what they was doing today. But guess what? I had students in the class that I had enough knowledge of what they didn't have. So that's what I did. I did everything at the end of the day. And when I niched down, that's where I found my golden opportunity. And my whole focus was what lit me up, which was draping, right? So that's kind of how all my focus went there. But then, I got into this thing and it awarded me this great success. And now I got this inner child. Precious, remember you wanted to do this? Okay, remember you wanted to do that? Now I'm back to distracted and doing all the things. And it's knocking me off of my plan. It's knocking me off of my roadmap, right? So that's why I say, guys, it will happen. I don't want you guys to think that you'll get to a place and it's just straight, you are following the yellow brick road. No, because life be lifing, right? But you have to have those indicators or put up with those parameters when you can kind of be willed back in. That's one of the most important things, right? Being able to, now in that aspect, I do believe in balance. But when it comes to, you dividing life and work and relationships, and no, ain't no such thing. But like a balance full circle for you should be creating a balance like that and have some kind of sound, something. You could come to this broadcast, I tell you, I'm like, look, get it together. That ain't a part of the plan. I'm trying to tell you. I've been hearing that word a lot lately, awakening. Guys, it's a real thing. It's a very real thing. And I have this fear, and this is a very real fear of mine. I say it often, and I'm really not joking. I have this fear that I am going to lose my memory, because it's like a struggle. Like it's a struggle for me to remember anything. So that's kind of when that's one of the reasons why I started my healthy living kick, like eating healthy and just being healthy, because I'm like, that I don't know. I don't like that. Not me. I want to remember stuff. And people think I be playing. I'm like, I'm really not playing. I don't remember. So really the whole point of an awakening, like being able to now, sometimes it feel like I'm peeling back layers of just another dimension. I was like, I knew I was a genius. Like that's genius thinking. I don't know. But when you tap into it, guys, it's such a beautiful thing. And only thing I want to tell you is take it and run with it, because they be the opportunities that people wish they had, right? Some people, I remember being one of them people when I was younger, and I ain't gonna get into it because that's like a spirituality thing, but just being able to be aware of what's happening around you and being able to tap into opportunities or whatever it is and just really listen. And so now I'm intentional about anything. I'm intentional. And I don't know. This is how I develop myself to be. Have a strategy. If I wake up, I got a strategy. This is strategy. Now, it may not work out, right? It may not work out, but at least I woke up with a plan. So main thing is, guys, that's what I'm talking to you guys about tonight. If I can get into it, let me get into it. And it ain't a lot. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But this is the stuff I'm trying to tell you that I want you to really dig deep and think about. And then when you are at your pivotal moments, when you're at your moments, or you don't know which way to go, or you thinking about going back to work, or whatever the case may be, y'all better write this stuff down somewhere, because this is stuff that's going to will you back in. If you are one of those that may not have a support system or whatever it is, you got to write it in big words somewhere where it has to be recorded. If you keep it in your head, it's not recorded. When you write it down, like I can have all these thoughts, like, all right, at 2 o'clock, I got to do this, at 4 o'clock. It ain't getting done unless it's recorded. I'm trying to tell you, because life going to be life, and somebody going to call. I'm going to go do an order or whatever the case may be. And if it ain't recorded and I have nothing to hold me accountable, it ain't going to get done. So I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, so resting your brain, it's a really big thing. So even though I am like online a lot, like when I have my private time, like my family time, or we on vacation, I don't do a lot of, that's not what I do. Most time I turn my phone off. I don't even have my phone. I don't even think about a phone. I want to soak up the entire experience, right? Now, it'll be times where like maybe Doc will take photos or take videos just to share later. But while I'm there on vacation, I'm vacationing from everything and everybody other than my children. So that's you really have to be in the moment. And I really think that's what it has a lot to do with. Teresa says, start speaking that your mind will be sharper as you get older. Put it in the atmosphere. So that's not quite it, but that is like one of my, that's funny, Teresa, that you said that, because that was one of my affirmations that popped up on my phone. And so I was listening to this guy that say he got like a 3-6-9 rule, and it may work, it may not, but I'm heavy on the manifestations. I believe in them wholeheartedly because I've manifested so much in my life. So they say, when you wake up, say it 3 times, write it down 3 times. Then normally I'm in my office around the afternoon. Then you do it 6 times and you say it 6 times. And then at night you write it 9 times and you say it 9 times. And that was one of the things that I had started, that I had added to my manifestation list, because that is a real fear of mine, y'all. I'm not playing. Tracy said, you're not the only one concerned. Thank you. Because I said, I know people be like, that girl is too young to be worried about that. I'm like, y'all, no, I'm not. I'm trying to tell you, it's a real thing. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, guys. First thing I want to tell you guys is definitely being introduced to event draping. A lot of things about event draping, like people get into it and just look at it and like, oh, that's beautiful. That's something I want to do. And don't really realize and understand how important it is, right? Like if you could just imagine transforming some of the craziest looking spaces. Like when I see some of these photos, guys, I'd be flabbergasted, even though I already know what draping can do. But it's like, oh my God, that is phenomenal. But if you can imagine transforming spaces like what they're doing with the garages and the old rundown posts and things like that, transforming that into an extraordinary space just because you draped around some stuff that people don't want to see. Guys, that is value, right? When you're talking about your services and you're talking about what you do, I want you to get focused on talking about the value. Don't talk about the thing, because people don't really care. They don't really care. What they're concerned with, they don't want nobody to see these ugly walls. They want people to feel like they're in a luxe environment, whatever it is. That's the stuff that you need to talk about, right? You also should understand the artistry behind draping. It is an art. Guys, I'm trying to tell you, the things that we do with some pieces of fabric, right? People be amazed when they come to class and they are so intimidated. And I don't know why. I'm like, guys, I have a track record by now. You see what people can do in the course of a day. They be so intimidated, like, I ain't gonna be able to do that. They be like, I don't know how to do that. I'm like, yo, come over here. Give me a hand. You really have to understand. It's like, think of it like painting a picture, because that's exactly what you guys doing, right? Not only are you painting a picture, but you're like, the artist have paintbrushes and whatever his canvas is and how he's mapping it out to be his masterpiece. Y'all doing the exact same thing. You have different drape elements. You got different textures. You got different layers. You got different colors. You got all this stuff to bring personality into a space, right? That is going to make people feel a certain kind of way, because ultimately that's what you want to do. You don't want to just look good. You want people to be like, oh, that's the reaction I want. I don't know about y'all. If I'm by myself, I may be by myself, but I'm not. If I'm not, I need to see a one in the comments. Y'all want to impress not only your clients, right? But their guests, right? Because their guest is full of nothing but potential clientele. So if you knock the socks off that event, they gonna want to book you. So I'm trying to tell you guys, like, at any given moment, don't sit here, and some of y'all do it, and I be like, where the backdrop at? Because y'all have your pictures, and y'all take all these pictures of the treat table and the table scape, the plate setting, and I'm like, that's cute, I like it, but you see the backdrop way in the back. I'm like, show that backdrop some love. I'm trying to tell you, that backdrop, if you show it the right amount of love and show it to the right people, that backdrop could get you just as much, if not more, than everything you didn't put on this table right here. So guys, you have to really understand the value that you're bringing. You have to understand the masterpiece that you guys are creating with exactly what you're doing, right? I want to ask you guys, the jaw dropping, eye wide open look is what I love. Exactly. I'm trying to tell you, that is like, I did my job, girl. I did my job. That feels amazing when you get that kind of feedback. I love the result of hard work, transforming a plain space into something spectacular. Guys, I've been doing this for a while. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I still, even if I do a little simple mock-up, I do not like taking them down. Well, for one, I'm just lazy. I don't. But for two, it's like I like how it look. I want to look at it for quite some time. And even like if we're in class, that's like it feels like somebody put a pin in our bubble when it's time to break down all those backdrops. Even the students be like, oh my God, I don't want to break it down. Because for one, they are amazed at what they were able to create, right? And then to have to take it down is just, I don't know. I know it's a part of the process, but that's just how we feel. So we don't want to take it down. But you guys, I want you to understand that draping is more than designing backdrops. Do you guys understand that? Like, if y'all understand that, give me a 2. Y'all know I don't really like the numbers, but for tonight's sake, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. Let's roll with it. And I forgot I put my banners up here. Let me get my banners up, y'all. Introduction to event draping. So do you guys get that though? Do you understand that draping is way more than okay? I see it. Come on, Teresa, Betty, Jacqueline, Cheryl, Tila, Erica. Okay. The second tip, guys, is really understanding the impact of draping. Like, this is the thing, when you are able to understand and know what it is you do and to what magnitude, your confidence automatically shift, right? It's like I say it all the time. It's like you already know what you holding, right? It's not, what you do is so more than hanging fabric. And then you know people that really don't understand the value behind it or understand the impact behind it, because that's all they talk about. How do you hang this fabric? I get the question, but focus on a different question, right? Focus on not necessarily the technical side of things. Because if you get amped up and if you get hyped up about what you're about to create, or you get hyped up about the results that you can produce, then everything else, you're going to be hyped up in that as well. You're not going to be so like technical about how you do this and how you do that. It's like you're going to be so excited to want to learn. That excitement is going to drive you to do the thing that you are supposed to do. Which is invest in the stuff that you don't know, right? Invest in it. Don't keep sitting here trying to learn it on YouTube and trying to wait for somebody to drop the right tip. And like, who got that kind of time? Who got that kind of time? I have created too many opportunities. Like, a lot of people say that if they can't afford to come to the class, okay, you ain't got time. I know eventually you will, because you ain't going to really get it until you come in this class. But for you to be able to take exactly step-by-step techniques on what it is you don't know, because that's it. It ain't like I'm more skilled than you. It's just you don't know how to provide these. You don't know how to do these techniques, right? So if like you don't know, then invest in the things that you don't know so they can help, so you can grow, right? So it's like understanding the impact of draping. It's really creating an app. Oh shoot, what's today? Tuesday? It's really about creating an atmosphere, right? Because you want to spark emotion. Like we were just saying, you want not only your potential clients, I mean, you don't, not only your clients, but you want their guests to have the same feeling, because they're going to want you to do the same thing for them. At the end of the day, when people are having these events, everybody always want to be better than what they saw, right? So draping, guys, I'm trying to tell you, it sets the tone. It's not just about decoration. It's really about creating the entire tone for the event, right? You can have a luxurious wedding and it may have like the premium fabric or whatever. That's what it's going to call for, right? If you have something corporate, you'll have your corporate kind of blends and your corporate kind of fabric. And if you have those of you that's doing the kids parties, right? But I don't know, the kids party's been kind of, I don't know, they've been kind of taking off with some fabulosity, right? But you don't normally have like the normal regular blends because it's more colorful, it's more characteristic. But that is what you're creating. Like you have to create those atmospheres. You have to set that tone to make people feel the theme of the event. And believe it or not, the fabric, the texture, the color, the quality, that is what helps pull it through, right? So that's one thing I definitely want you guys to get. Understanding the impact of design. Like when you're talking to your potential clients, like on your consultations, like that is what you have to talk to them like you are not necessarily selling your service. You are selling the experience. That is what I want you to talk about. Whatever lights them up, like I can ask a couple questions and I know it, and I will instantly know what is most important to them, right? So I don't care what I do, because at the end of the day, nobody really cares what I do. Whatever the most importance to them, that's all I'm gonna emphasize on, right? I'm gonna emphasize on that because I know that is the thing that's going to make them hit the buy button, period. Because that's the only thing they worried about. It could be they worry about different things. They don't have time. Things aren't going to be orchestrated. Well, that's in the planning world though. But like the family members going to be fighting. It'd be like so much stuff that they worry about, right? But whatever is relative to what I do, that is where my value going to lie. That is going to be my selling point, because I know that's the thing they're thinking about. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, you know, we got these 14-foot drapes, right? And they premium and they velvet and they just swag like this. And she was like, what you talking about? And at the end of the day, it's about when your guests walk into the room, they're gonna be like stunned. You're gonna be the talk of the town. When your party is over, people still gonna be talking about it. That is the stuff that's like, oh, they're like, oh my God, yeah. That's the stuff they want. Everybody have a slight amount of vanity in them, right? They want to be talked about. They want to be looked at, right? 3. They want to be talked about, right? So Tiffany, we're on 3 now. So tip 3 is identifying your creative style, guys. Identifying your creative style and your vision. Now, the one thing I love about being a creative, the one thing I love about something as flexible as the draping industry is this is really where you come to life, right? This is where you kind of discover who you are, right? Like what do you like? What motivates you? Like what spikes what gets you going, right? You're going to find that, I don't know if you believe it or not, but you're going to find that the colors, the textures, the vibes, all that stuff is really going to resonate with your artistic soul. I know with me, a lot of you guys know that I love the colorful backdrops. Now, I love the classic ones too. They gorgeous, but I get real excited about them colorful ones. Why? Because I am a vibrant person, right? I love taking colors and playing with them and meshing them and taking different fabric blends. And I just like pushing the envelope and testing my ability to manipulate fabric. So that is how I crafted my signature backdrop. It's because it's like, I don't want to do what everybody else doing. I want to go and that, oh my God, when I saw y'all out there in the group, like y'all been posting these safari backdrops, like I was like, was they at the same event? But they've been looking like so phenomenal. So when I see stuff like that, I get super excited. I'm drawn to stuff like that because it has so much character When you guys have these backdrops and it got the zebra print and just the different floral print, whatever it is, right? That's the stuff that for me, I like, because I am a vibrant soul, right? I'm real artistic. I'm real creative. So that is something I'm going to be drawn to. And that's how I identify my brand to be, right? So if you can see one of my backdrops and you know instantly that is somebody I taught, or you know that it was one of my, it's just a signature posh backdrop. So you have to be able to identify your creative style and your vision, because at the end of the day, that is the stuff that sells people, right? People are inspired by ideas. They are inspired by just like stuff that is different. The only way you're going to create something different is you put your own spin on it, period. Now, of course, people run around and they always do the trending stuff, right? But let's just say you take something trending, like I'm about to do with this Barbie backdrop. I'm trying to tell you, you take something trending and you put your creative spin on it. Now, is that more unique? So they're going to want it. Why? Because they ain't seen it nowhere. They ain't seen it nowhere. They want what you got, because you got the secret sauce. Everybody else let's just say they might got the Barbie backdrop, right? But they ain't got this one over here. They ain't got this one. So it makes a difference. Like you have to put your creative touches into your stuff. You have to be able to see your personality into it, because people don't buy from your logo. They don't. They buy from you, right? They don't buy from the website. It's really because they resonate with you. As the creative, as the service provider, whatever it is, you have to sell them on. They need you. Everybody got a logo, but everybody ain't got a you. I'm trying to tell you, everybody don't have a you. Teresa, I love colors, girl. I'm trying to tell you. That's what I get compliments on, how I put colors together. That is good. That's what everybody always, that was the main thing they always said to me. I don't know how you put them colors together. I'm like, yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either. But I just love color, and anything that excites me, I learn how to put it into my craft, right? I love color, I love texture, put it into my craft. I love themes, put it into my craft. And now I'm making it more unique, and I'm making it more precious, right? I'm making it more posh. So come on, Taylor. She said secret sauce. Right. So you definitely should be unleashing your unique voice, guys. Identify your style. Like, don't be scared to tap into what you like. Don't sit here and worry about what everybody else like. Like I did the crisscross backdrop, and I did the brocade fabric. Now I had that fabric so long, y'all. I don't really like the fabric no more, because to me it's kind of played out, because I had it for so long. But for the sake of the video, and I wanted people to really be able to see the design, I chose that fabric. And it's funny because one person said, now clearly on almost every platform that reel kind of went viral. One person said that looked good before a funeral home. I was like, no, you didn't. But it was like, everybody is not going to like your stuff, and you ain't got to. You shouldn't be sitting here worried about who like it. Like when you guys come to me and y'all send me pictures and be like, Precious, I think it's good enough. Like, who told you it wasn't? Who told you it wasn't? At the end of the day, we all started from some place. Like, where did you get this in your head? Like, it has to be at this level before you introduce it to the world. I'm the complete opposite. Like, I'm going to let y'all see me bare bones, because when I always got a success story, y'all. I always got a success story. I'm always going to bounce back stronger than ever. So I need people to see that. If I'm going to sit here and play like I'm polished, posh, precious all the time, it's like, nah, that's so fake. Like, I need y'all to see me down, because when y'all see me, my resilience kick in, y'all like, dang, how'd she do that? Baby, I'm trying to tell you. Baby, I'm trying to tell you. Tanya, you got it. I can say which was, I saw your comment earlier today. And never use it. So I don't know what prompted me to buy that, because I got it in black, I got it in blue, and I got it in ivory. And that ain't no cheap fabric, y'all. I don't know why I bought it. Just being different, though. And that was like way old. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. To the finish line, Mr. Mo. To the finish line. So, guys, I'm trying to tell you, you have to be able to definitely unleash your unique voice. Don't be scared. Don't be sitting here worried about what the internet streets are saying. At the end of the day, You got to be so proud of who you are. It frightens people. Y'all, my confidence is so high. It got nothing to do with me thinking I'm all that. It's just I know I'm special. I know I'm special. And I'm going to show up every day. I don't care how I look. I'm going to show up every day with that same energy. So nobody can't sit here and knock me off my horse because you ain't put me there, right? Y'all got to show up the same way in your respective field. You got to show up the same way. You don't need validation from nobody. You don't. Wherever you are today, if you are not where you want to be, okay, do something about it. But don't sit there and be hiding. What you hiding for? What you hiding from? Money? Because that's all you're doing. I ain't hiding from money, baby. I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up. I'm trying to tell you. She going to show up. Y'all going to show up? I need y'all to put show up in the comments if y'all going to show up. And don't be lying. If you know you ain't going to show up, don't put it in the comments. But if you a little excited about starting to show up in your respective marketplace, put it in the comments. Patrice say, thank you. Sometimes we need that cake. Baby, sometimes I need it myself. Show up. Come on, Candace. Come on with it. Come on. I love it. Oh, my God. Y'all is lighting it up tonight. Cheryl, come on. Show up. Portia, I'm expecting y'all to show up, too. I'm going to be looking at y'all pages. Let's show up. She say show up and show out in the DMV. Okay, homebound, Baltimore in the house. Come on, Trina. Trina, you better stop playing with me. It's time to show up. All right. So, guys, definitely unleash your unique voice. Identify your unique style. Don't be scared of it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Embrace it. Put it inside. Put it out there into the universe. Put it in people's face. I need you guys to promote yourself and rep your brand. So people ain't even got to ask who you are no more. People ain't too many people got to ask in this industry who precious. Who that? Ain't too many people saying it. So I'm trying to tell you, it's all about showing up. And showing up with confidence, knowing even if you are not where you want to be today, you are going to do the work, and you are just a stepstone away. That's it. You're a stepstone away. The only way that you're going to sit here and kind of water yourself down or dummy yourself down if you know you ain't going to do the work. If you know you're going to do the work, even if you got to take some baby steps, baby, I'd rather see you in December. And you got, I don't care what it is, but you have something in December that you didn't have today. I don't care if it's a freaking website. I don't care. At the end of the day, it's all about movement. And success loves movement, right? I'm trying to tell you. You sitting there, you playing around, you stagnant. Success ain't coming your way. You ain't attractive. It's like, let me skip past her. Let me go over here. Somebody that's over there, they're doing the daggone thing. I'm trying to tell you, stop sleeping on your blessings, because when it knock on your door, if you don't answer it, and if you don't open it up, then you open it up and you embrace it with open arms, it's going to bypass you and go right to somebody else. And you can't get mad when somebody else take it and they run with it, and now they making a lot of traction. They are growing when it came to you first. When that say I'm about to... You guys are so funny. I love it. Y'all better show up too. I'm going to be right there with y'all, so don't worry. I'm going to be right there with y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Next thing, guys, is you have to embrace your inspirations, right? You got to start exploring things that inspire you. For me, I am inspired by nature. I don't know. I could have sworn. I don't know. Even being from Baltimore, the rough streets of Baltimore, I love nature. That is why I'm always doing things with like the safari. Like that's why I was so drawn to those backdrops, the safari backdrop. I'm always playing with animal prints. I'm always I have animals. I'm out there and playing with my plants. And now I play with a lot of greenery. Now I'm getting into the floral. Well, now I ain't getting into florals, but I'm playing with greenery on my backdrops because that is something that inspires me, right? I'm inspired by that. So you could be inspired by anything and make that characteristic a part of your backdrop, right? Like the whole Barbie movement, that's a whole inspiration. Now, I wasn't inspired by Barbie, but I only jumped on the bandwagon because I know it's a lot of people that listen to the sound of my voice and they can take this trending moment and really make it work for their business, right? For what I do, it wouldn't benefit for what I do, but me being a trainer, I'm like, yeah, this is what you need to do. This is exactly what you need to do. So that is why I did that, right? Because a lot of you're into them themed events. You're doing these different, like everybody on the Barbie movement right now. It's kind of dying down, I think, but not too sure because you know a new wave always going to come. But I'm trying to tell you, be inspired by whatever your inspirations are, and incorporate it into your business, incorporate it into your everything, right? You wanted to be a part of a part of you. Everyone knows I'm an animal lover. Everyone knows I'm a nature lover. Everyone knows I love going to the jungle, right? I would prefer the jungle over the city any day. That's just a part of who I am. So do the same thing. They're going to be the building blocks of your draping style. I want you guys to start getting in your head and realizing that it's more than just a backdrop. You are selling an experience. And when you show up and you are confident in what you do and you got that sexy sizzle, people going to want it all day. I'm trying to tell you, they're going to want it all day. Now, if you're coming in on some pep squeak stuff like, well, yeah, we do drapes and we got 3 different packages you can choose from. And what's your colors? You want blue, red? Man, I'm kicking the door down. Like, what's your color? Oh, okay, this is the theme. Okay, I got these ideas. Like, I'm going to be so vibrant. And people, the energy in itself, the confidence in itself, they're like, yeah, I need her. How much? What's the invoice? Okay, pay her. Boom. Done deal. I'm trying to tell you, show up as if you know you have already landed the job. Show up as if you already landed the job. Somebody put job in the comments for your girl. That lets me know you heard me. I'm trying to tell you. Another one, guys, is your colors, your textures, and the whole vibe. Guys, your style is a reflection of you. I know a lot of you guys don't think that, and I'm just going to say it. It is. So when some people complain that this is, I love it, job, come on through, I love it. When a lot of people complain that they are attracting this type of client, I told you guys this the other day, you got to be real with yourself. If you can't be real with yourself, you can't get mad at other people being real with you because you're not telling yourself the truth. And you want to know what's today? Oh, that's the mall. Because my membership ladies had a home assignment to do an audit. And that's the whole reason is you have to have someone that's not a yes man. And you want to get a set of eyeballs on your business. And you want somebody to tell you, what do they see? Or what do they think about for your brand? And you can't be so attached to it where your little feelings going to be hurt. You're like, oh my God, you really think that? It's like, okay, I like that feedback. Guys, I get feedback on what I got going on all the time. Why y'all think I'm changing all the time? All the time. Somebody, Menasha, called me. She texted me the other day. And it's y'all be looking out for the girl. I swear to God, y'all be looking out for the girl. I thank y'all. She like, Precious, do you got a spin wheel on your website? I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm like, do you like it? And she was like, I thought it was a scam. She's like, no, I don't like it. I was like, well, I'll be darned. I was like, well, it's an incentive. It offers other additional coupons. And she's like, no, it's just, I thought it was a scam because I never seen it on your website before. I say, this is the phase that we're in. We're making the changes according to things that you guys like. So that was one of the changes we made. But that feedback, I was a little shocked, but I got it from her perspective though. I was like, okay, it makes sense because she never saw something like that on my website. So I'm like, okay, I get it. But guys, I definitely want you guys to be open to constructive criticism. When I told you guys yesterday inside the group that I was taking off the post approvals, so many of you, and I love it, so many of you immediately started posting your work. I love it. And then the engagement went up instantly because the comments was there. It just was a whole reciprocity moment. I was like, I like it. But I told you guys on last night's broadcast, I am even going to go back into, and next Monday we're doing the backdrop critique. So if you're not in my group, you definitely need to join because I'm not going to do it here on Facebook. I'm not going to do it here on YouTube because the private Facebook group is more of a community. And I just feel like it's just more of a community. So more people will be, or even though they always post a lot of backdrops anyway, but I just feel like it's a safer space. Like there's no strangers there. Like they are a part of the group. So we're going to do the backdrop critiques inside the group only. So if you guys are not in the group, guys, remember, I'm going to put up here the Linktree link. The Linktree link, you'll find the group. So that's just for anyone that's new. I saw a couple of you guys join today from last night's broadcast. So that go to the Linktree and find the Facebook group because that's where we're going for that. But you have to be open to constructive criticism because at the end of the day, you have to be able to grow, and grow come from a place of being uncomfortable, right? If you're comfortable and you got it all mapped out, you ain't gonna do nothing. You're gonna you're gonna be right where you at because you don't feel a need to do anything, to improve anything, because you feel like you got it all mapped out. But seeing somebody, check you a little bit, you're like, oh my God, really? What? Okay, let me go work on this. So you have to be open to that. And you have to realize it's for the better and the benefit of your business. And it's not to bash you. It's not to do any of that. Because at the end of the day, we collectively as a community, we want to see each other win and we need to see each other win. Now, I'm not necessarily saying I'm a part of that collaboration over competition. I'm not, because at the end of the day, I believe in competition. If I don't have no competition, I don't have something that people want. I want competition. I need some competition because it keeps me on my toes. So one thing to have competition, but it's another thing to have community. We are all doing the same thing. Or some of us doing a little more, some of us doing a little less. But at the end of the day, none of y'all can service the universe. So all of you guys are needed in your respective marketplace because y'all live all over the world. So don't sit here and be like, well, she lived down the street. Guess what? It's a McDonald's down the street. And then if I make a left, it's a McDonald's right there. They ain't right about each other. That people whoever is want to come to the left McDonald's going to come. Whoever want to come to the right McDonald's is going to come. So it has nothing to do with the success of your business being in a community of someone that's in your respective field. Y'all got that? Amen. Now, don't get me started, y'all. All right, so this is my last one for you guys. This is tip number 4. Guys, this is the big one. This is the one that I definitely didn't do. But now I do it no matter what. And that's going to be setting clear goals for your event draping business. At the end of ultimately, you should have goals tied to everything you do. Period. Everything you do. If I'm drinking water, I have goals attached to that, right? That is what's going to keep me continuously drinking water, because I was not a good water drinker. I wasn't. I would drink a Coke soda 18 times a day. That was me, right? But if I have something, or if I'm doing something, I have to attach a goal to it. Otherwise, I'm going to lose momentum. And I'm like, what I'm doing this for? Especially if it's something I don't want to do. So your draping business is going to be, you're going to reach peaks where it's going to get hard. You're going to reach peaks where you're frustrated. You're going to reach peaks where you want to go back to work or whatever it is. You're going to reach those peaks. But if you don't have no goals attached to what you got going on, guys, you're going to give up so freaking fast. It can't be just me. How many guys you see dibble and dabble in this draping game, and then the next thing you know, they off to something else? I'm like, you got into the woods and ain't realized how hot it was, huh? Trying to tell you, it is not easy. It's not. And that's why I'm able to come on here each week with a different topic, because it's so much really that you can talk about. And at first I thought it wasn't, because so many people was focused on just the draping itself. And my goal is to help you guys understand that it's more than draping, baby. It's more than some curtains, baby. It's more than just a service. It's a whole business behind it, right? And these are the things that you need to do, and it's necessary in order for your business to grow, in order for your business to be profitable. It's one thing to make money, and it's another thing to be profitable. My first couple years, I made money, but I wasn't profitable because it went right back into the business. I ain't seen no money in my pocket. I'm like, well, I just where did money go at? It went in one hand and out the other. Y'all know how that is. So I'm trying to tell you, it's a big, big, big difference in making money and being profitable. That is what we are aiming to be. That's one of my top 3 things on my vision board. Increase profitability. I don't want to make more money, right? I don't need to make more money. I want to increase my profits. I'm trying to tell you, that is the thing. So guys, you have to visualize your destination. What's your draping business, not only with the business itself, but what can it award you, right? A lot of you guys are this close to retirement. A lot of you guys are working businesses you don't want to work. Like, you got to visualize. And some of you guys may remember, because you guys been with me a long time. I used to have, and I'm going to whip it back out too. I used to have a digital frame, and I used to have that was my vision board. So the digital frame, my pictures would rotate, and it would be pictures of my vision board, things I wanted, my house, the car, whatever it was. And I found it, and I found it. I was ready to put some stuff in the attic, and I found it, and I was like, this would be cool to whip it back out for a minute, because now my vision has gotten bigger. And it was funny because I was looking at the pictures that was in there, and I was like, well, I'll be darned. Like, all of it, I think, except for one, came to pass, right? So I was like, okay, so let's try this again. Let's try it again. Because sometimes, guys, I would zone out, and I don't know where my mind would go. I don't know. It's no telling, because I'm a Gemini and I'm a creative, so it's no telling where it would go. But I would have my frame over there, and it just would be sitting here on my thing. I just would see them pictures, and it was like a way of wheeling me back in. Like, all right, girl, where you at? Earth the Precious, wheel it back in. Earth the Precious. Chris, trying to say show do. I'm trying to. Yes, I remember I had that. I'm ready to whip it back out, baby. I'm ready to whip it back out, because it really did well for what, if I get distracted, or if I feel discouraged, or if I'm a little frustrated, just being able to see and envision what I want, where I want to be. It just really helped my journey and me like staying here to 2, 3, 8, whatever it was. It helped me not give up. So whatever it is for you guys, you have to envision what you want. Take a minute, envision what you want your draping business, your journey to lead you, whatever it is. Do you want a thriving studio, right? A lot of you guys talk about you want a venue. Do you want the venue? If you want the venue, what do you want it to look like? Like, really see yourself in the freaking venue, right? Do you want a team of a whole bunch of, like some of you guys have a team, or you want to train the team to do the draping while you focus on everything else? If that's the case, and that, envision a day going to an event like that. You rolling up with your team and they doing all the stuff, and you just, whatever it is you want to do. Envision it. What does it look like? How do you feel in that moment, right? How do you feel? Take a moment and think about it. Some of you guys want to do the corporate, right? It's a lot of people want to do corporate now. I didn't realize so many of you guys wanted to do corporate. Some of you guys want to do corporate, but what kind of corporate? There's so many different levels to corporate. Do you want to just do regular conferences, or you want to do these big name prestigious conferences, right? I'm trying to tell you, that is the stuff you need to think about. Whatever your dream is, visualizing it, right? Visualizing yourself in the thing, it helps you make it more tangible and actually make it achievable. So main thing is definitely visualize your destination, y'all. Visualize exactly what you want this thing to look like. I'm trying to tell you. That's right. You did say he was a Gemini. I'm trying to tell you. Next thing, guys, and this is very cliche, but it is so real. This is one of the easiest ways I'm able to check myself and help me determine if I'm out there like in la la land. I always go back to my SMART goals, right? Because it's super simple. And when I kind of go through the motions of deciding, is this really a SMART goal? Is it real? Then I'm able to determine if it's something I'm going to write on my wall, or it's something I just entertain as a thought, because it just don't make sense, right? So when you're setting your goals, you want to definitely remember the SMART principle. It's important. Main thing is about being specific. Now, when I'm talking about being specific, you want to be able to know exactly what you want to achieve. So many of you guys, I did it too, but I don't do it no more. Say, I just want to make more money. All right, baby. Well, how much you want to make? Let's break that down. Because making more money, I could just buy a piece of paper from you for $1. Hey, you just make more money. Got more money than you had. You happy with that $1? I know I wouldn't be. I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't be. So even like definitely determining how much money you want to make, right? If you want a venue, where do you want the venue at? How big do you want the venue to be? Do you want to start a venue? Like, be real specific. That is key, because if you can be specific to the point where you can visualize it, it's like, it's just going to come to you, because you're doing the work and putting it out there in the universe. It's funny because we was talking to Kayla, and she was going through her little visualizing her apartment, or her condo rather. She was telling us about how she gonna have the couches, how she gonna have the window. I'm like, okay, I like it. I'm only thinking empty nester, but she's visualizing the entire thing, and I'm like, okay, I like that. I like it. So it's really important, because it's kind of going to really guide you guys, right? So not only being specific, but guys, you have to make sure that it's measurable. How will you track your progress? How you going to track your progress? Guys, now, well, I've been kind of doing this for a while now. But the team members I bring on board, everything that they do is trackable. It's measurable. I was frustrated before with team members because I just needed bodies. I just needed tasks done. I wasn't too sure if it was working, helping my business or whatever the case. Now I'm always looking at analytics. I'm always looking at an ROI. It has to be measurable. Like, how is this thing successful? Is it working? You got to be able to track the progress, right? Then you got to also make sure it's achievable. Can you do it? Is it realistic? Like, if I say I want to make more money, I want to generate 7 figures in 1 year. There's no way I could have said that I didn't even have the balls to say that 2-3 years ago. I didn't. Will I say that today? Absolutely. Yes, because it's very real for me today. It's very real, right? So it's like you have to understand that it got to be achievable and realistic. Then it's going to be relevant to exactly where you're trying to go, right? Whatever it is you're trying to do. And then set your timeline, guys. Your timeline is another thing that's going to keep you accountable. So many of us say these things that we want to do, and we don't put a timeline. And then, if I talk to you in December of 2021, this is what you want to do, but you ain't really get active and put no timeline behind it. And I talked to you in December of 2022. That's the same goal. You got the same goal. Like, why? Why? Even if you haven't made it all the way through, I'm expecting to be a different goal because you've made some progress. And if you haven't, it just goes to show you didn't do the work. So, guys, being able to apply your SMART goals is important. Then I only got 2 more, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Your short-term versus your long-term goals. Guys, a lot of you guys should have both. You definitely should have both. You want to break down your goals. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I got it mastered down to a science. I used to be guys, when I would write down I didn't even have a Posh planner back then, but now I got my Posh planner. When I was writing in other people's planners, I would have all the things in my book. Like, it was no wonder why I was just stressed out. I would have all the things. So I just was writing down everything I needed to do. Now I've been focusing on my top 3 for I don't know how long. Like, long as I get them top 3 done, because I know if I get the top 3 done, that's ultimately going to be movement towards success for whatever my big thing is. And if I just focus on the top 3 and not focus on the 20 that I would have had, I'm making progress, right? If I focus on the 20, baby, you pair this Gemini with that creative, they ain't gonna get done. Each of them probably get like a 10%, 15% traction on it, but none of them gonna be complete. None of them gonna have a checkbox, and I like checkboxes now. So you definitely have to break down your goals, but some short-term goals for you guys. I want y'all to tell me in the comments, guys. Tell me in the comments, what is some of the short-term goals that you guys have? And I'm going to tell you guys some real simple short-term goals that I know a couple of you guys have. Because for one, y'all told me. You're like, I'm right by some equipment saying, I'm like, all right, girl, I ain't going nowhere. I'll be here. So some short-term goals could be simple as buying your first kit, right? That's very short-term. And that's something that you could do whenever you're in position to do it, right? But you put a date on it. When you put a date on it, now it becomes real. Buying your first fabric bundle or something simple as a mystery box, right? That is being active in the thing that you say you want. Purchasing a tutorial, right? Being active in the thing you say you want, right? They are short-term goals, right? Create designs. I love it. Being able to create. Are you talking about mock-ups, Antoinette? Tracy Lynn, I love it, girl. Sell 3 events by December. I love it. Create designs. Come on with it. Build my website. That's very real. Build the website. So I expect, Maxine, that website should be built in, I'll give you 3 months. Inventory. Yes, inventory is a very real one. Awesome, Antoinette. Create designs. Okay, got you. The mock-ups. Yeah, they are very real short-term goals. Now, some longer-term goals that I hear often is enrolling in a class. People are always telling me, Pressure, I got to save my coins up. I'm like, I get it. And it's like a part of me that respect it more, especially when people in class, like, I've been saving for X, Y, and Z, however long to come to this class. And I already have a sense of they're going to take this super serious, right? Because those they can see that they worked for it, right? They worked for it. And it was something they wanted for so long. So it's like, you can't just drop the ball on that when you leave. And you're going to be able to, especially You get 8 hours with me in person, you ain't gonna be able to. You ain't gonna be able to. You're gonna be so fired up. You're gonna be ready to go. You're gonna be ready to go launch that thing. Go do some backdrops and definitely have 8, 10, however many clients you want for the duration that you wanted. I'm trying to tell you. 3 months, I love it. Hold me accountable, coach. I'm trying to tell. So 3 months is because I know a website. Guys, I've been working on my website for 3 months now. And my website is done, but we're just doing, she working on it now. We just doing like changing stuff around. Websites could be so intricate, guys. It really can. And that's something I've never really encouraged no one to rush, because for one, a website isn't really how you make money. But for me, mine is, because it's my store. But like when my service, like my Posh Designs, that's not really how I made money. So it was just a matter of being my social proof that I exist and I'm a real business. So you kind of do want to take your time with it, especially if depending on if you don't have like no mock-ups or no portfolio. It's just real intricate. But you do definitely just want to have it up and running. So people, when they go do that little FBI work, you Google me, you're gonna pull up all the things. Precious Stevens, Posh Academy, Posh Designs, Posh. Yep, she's okay. She's official. Trina, come on with it. Trina want to join this 4-figure backdrop club, baby. I'm trying to tell you, it's a real deal. I'm ready to make a club out of that for real. I'm about to make a club out of that for real. That I got to do that. I got to do that. Consistent $1,200 bookings, 2 per month. Add my new contracts to the CRM. That is very real. I love it. So 2 a month, Trina, especially with the schedule that you have, that is a real realistic. I like the likes, y'all. Thank y'all. I love I must have said some stuff tonight. But then making 1 to 2 events a month, that is very realistic, right? I know you have a real hectic schedule. So that's very realistic. So being able to just put the things in place and, now market the business or whatever it is that's needed for you to land those 2, that's really good extra income for what you have going on. I'm gonna get you saving to be a Poshette. Baby, come on with it. Come on with it. I'm trying to tell you what we was talking about. I think that you put that on one of my posts. I don't know, that was so cute. I said, we gotta come up with a name. We gotta come up with a name, like an exclusive group or exclusive. I don't know. We working on it though. We working on it. We got to come up with some kind of name. Poshette was so cute. I really like that. I like that. So yeah, your long-term goals, guys, could be enrolling in the class, having a full inventory. Like you're never gonna have everything, because I'm even still buying stuff, but just having a full inventory to where no matter someone call you with a purple event, a blue event, a pink event, you have it, right? That is a long-term goal, because you got to buy the inventory. And then it could be booking your dream client. Like, have you guys thought about who your dream client is? Like, who you would love to work with? Who is it that one client, if they call you up, like, hello, yeah, can I speak to so I'm having this party, girl, and who is it? Y'all gotta tell me. Whoever that dream client is, like, just think it through, right? That's a long-term goal. So when you think of stuff like that, right, that's going to help you position your business to be attracted by that dream client. If you know that maybe where you are right now, they clearly wouldn't have that team reaching out to you, that is going to fuel your fire to position your business in a way that you can be noticed by them. And you'll start doing all the things that you're supposed to do, right? So these are the things that, guys, I'm trying to tell you, is going to fuel your fire to not only launch your draping business, but launch it in a way to where it's profitable. Being able to achieve your long-term goals, achieve your short-term goals, and actually have a business that you love, that is making money, and that you're actually creating impact, right? Last thing, guys, is celebrating the milestones. I'm trying to tell you, you got to celebrate, guys. I'm trying to tell you, Maxine, if you have that website in 3 months, baby, you got to celebrate. Trina, you get them 2 clients a month, you got to celebrate. Guys, that's the worst thing you can do, is have traction in your business and everybody else kind of see it, but not you. I'm trying to tell you, I think it was Kim. I did not even realize, guys, I didn't even realize that my business, or when my business generated 7 figures. I had no idea. I was too busy working in the business. I didn't even know until I was asked that question. I was like, let me go really do something. And then because I get money so many different ways, right? So I'm so used to looking at one, like where the most of my money come from. And I was like, all right, I ain't quite there yet. But then when I had to pull from my other sources, my Afterpay and my Klarna, and it was so many other sources, I was like, well, I'll be darned. And I had no clue. And I still couldn't celebrate it because I didn't believe it, for one. And main thing is you have to be on top of your milestones. Like, what are they for you? That definitely was one of mine. Like when I made $1 million, that was supposed to be my milestone, but I didn't even realize it. I didn't. So you guys have to set up, creating a website, booking the 2 clients, landing your dream client, building your inventory to at least, let's just say, your primary colors, right? If you are able to build to your primary colors, that is a milestone. You should be able to celebrate that. Definitely, you should be able to celebrate that. Teresa, come on, baby. She said, I'm looking to celebrate my first client. You keep on posting how you posting. Like, I was like, look at Teresa. Okay, I like it. All you got to do is keep showing up and just keep showing up in the marketplace and keep showing up in your marketplace. Tell them exactly who you are, position your business so they can see it and provide value, and letting them see exactly, what they'll be getting. Like if they book you, that's all the thing in the world. Like now we provide a service, guys. That's nothing but a freaking promise. You're telling people, hey, if you book me, I promise that I'm going to make this right for you. It ain't tangible. They can't see it, touch it, feel it. They can't do anything until the day of the event. Now, if you screw up, I wouldn't want to be you. If you screw up, guess what? It's nothing that can really be done. So that's why it's a harder sell with a service than it is a product. Product, you can touch it, feel it. You can do all the things, right? Service is a little harder. So you guys got to learn to be more persuasive. You guys got to learn to talk in a way where you're allowing them to imagine what the thing is or what it looks like if they go with you. All right, did y'all pick some value up tonight? I'm trying to tell you. Did you pick some value up tonight? I want you guys to remember that each of these sessions, guys, me doing a podcast every Tuesday, Talk to Me Tuesday, this is what it's all about. You guys giving me feedback, bringing your questions, offering you any kind of advice that I can, because this is a stepping stone on your journey, guys. And this is a stepping stone to your journey to becoming a skilled event draping designer. If you're on this live, you are interested in draping to some magnitude, whether it is you, your team member, whoever it is, right? So I want you guys to come every Tuesday, right? Take notes, get ready to actually transform whatever you already have into what you want it to be. And if you know somebody that would benefit from these podcast broadcasts, I get tongue tied with that. Bring them, share the video with them, right? Share the video, tag them, do whatever you need to do. Help us grow. And if you are ready to turn your dreams into reality, guys, if you are excited about crafting unforgettable event experiences, because that is what you do, unforgettable event experiences, and you want to be your own boss, first thing you need to do is enroll in the membership, guys. That is your next step. Enroll in the membership, because that is where your journey to greatness, draping greatness, starts with a simple click. I want you guys, if you do join, if you're already on level 3, tomorrow I'm going to be in there for What to Do Wednesday. If you're not familiar, Wednesdays is where I do trainings on exactly what to do. That's it. It's What to Do Wednesday, because I'm in there training on exactly what to do, whatever the topic is. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about exactly how much it costs to start a draping business. I'm going to be telling you guys about the startup costs and how to launch your draping business, right? So I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me. If you found these insights valuable, hit the like button, please, and share with a few event drapers. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on our big energy broadcast. Until next time, keep draping with passion, guys, and purpose. This is your girl, Precious Stevens of the Posh Academy. And I am signing off. I love y'all. Bye, guys.